สวัสดีค่ะ
Hey, JC and Nat here. We just wanted to do a short video here about something I think is really important that retirees or digital nomads or anybody that's hanging out in Thailand needs to know. And in our member site, we used to do weekly updates,
Yes.
which we haven't done for a while, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But I mentioned like a year and a half ago, I think it was, about changes that were coming to PayPal. And basically what they said is PayPal was becoming PayPal Thailand, and that there was going to be a challenge with personal accounts, and that anybody that really wanted to use PayPal anymore was going to have a business account. And so I mentioned that to our members and said that you need to be aware of it. You might not have access to your money or whatever if you have an account, a PayPal account back in the United States or Australia or UK or wherever, and it's tied to your bank account there, keep it. But anyway, everything that happened with our member site, including all of the infrastructure, the plugins for our websites, domain names, everything filtered through our PayPal Thailand account, which was just PayPal and then switched to PayPal Thailand. Now, the reason I'm telling you all this is because what happened with us is we had a business account, Nat had a business account, and then registered business, but not a corporation, and then this news came out. And I thought, oh, we might have a problem, but we have a business account, we're good to go, right? And then they said, okay, you're going to have to comply with the National Digital ID. So Nat did that. She got her National Digital ID connected to her PayPal business account. Then all of a sudden they switched it to a personal account, and I reached out to them and said, well, what happened? Why did you switch it to a personal account? And they said, well, now you're going to have a registered business. And I said, we have a registered business. And so they said, supply us with all the documents for the registered business, and we did, and we never really heard back from them, and nothing ever changed with the PayPal account. Just said personal. Still were able to collect recurring payments, transfer money to the bank, that she could get the money out, all that still worked perfectly up until about, I guess it's been about, 3-4 months ago now. All of a sudden, couldn't get the money out anymore. That was it. The account was frozen. And money was still coming in from payments to our membership site, but we couldn't take it out. Yeah, and so this became a big problem. And it says there's a problem with your account. You need to click on this link to resolve it. So I click on it. It didn't do anything. And then it actually would take us someplace after a while, and I complained to him and say, hey, it really doesn't do anything. You click on it, it takes you back to the home page. So all of a sudden it came up and said, okay, to resolve this, it would go do another page, and it would say, upgrade to a business account. So I tried doing that, upgrading it to a business account. Registered business, she has a registered business. I mean,
not work anymore.
It wouldn't accept it. When you click on it and it said submit the documents, then nothing would happen. So I reached out to him again, now 3 weeks later. And they said, okay, what you're going to need to do is open up a new business account. And I said, well, how are you going to take recurring payments to this email address and apply those to a new business account somewhere else? They said, open a new business account. That's what they kept saying over and over. So I went to try and open a new business account. Again, supplied all the registration for the business, all these things. Then they finally said, now that we're going on about a month and just so much dialogue with PayPal. And they said, you can't open the business account because you have to be a corporation. Supply us with your corporation documents. And I said, well, it takes 2 million baht. All this other, you got to have stockholders, shareholders in the company and all this stuff. I said, we can't comply to all that. And don't want to. And they said, well, then you can't have the business account. So now we're back to the personal account again. And I told them on that account that we tried to open the business account, they wouldn't let us. And they said, well, you got to be a registered corporation. Okay, I said, forget it. We'll just close the account. But now income had stopped to do everything. all the people who help support, any charitable contributions, all payments that were automatically being taken out of that account, because all the money sat in there to handle all this activity, right? None of it was happening, and couldn't take any money out. I got to really, really reach out and thank some of our members who stepped up and helped out to get us through this period. But I said, Nat, we got to get these people on the phone. So we reached out to PayPal, got somebody on the phone. They said, you got to have a business account. I said, that's not an option. Y'all aren't paying attention. That's not going to happen. I said, listen, can you escalate this call to somebody higher up that can make some decisions? So they escalated it to India. Can I help you? I said, well, yeah, we have this problem. And I went through this whole thing of how for the whole month I've been, contacting them. And the lady said, okay, we're going to just freeze everything, basically close the account, and in 6 months we'll give you the money. And I said, 6 months? What's up with 6 months? They said, well, in case somebody, what was the term that they used? It's like if you make a payment and then you dispute. That's the word I'm looking for. In case somebody disputes a payment. And I said, listen, if they dispute anything, it's going to be between like $5 and $100. How about if I give you an ATM card, and if there's a dispute or something, take it off of the ATM card. Don't and give us the money. And they said, no, 6 months we'll give you the money if there's no disputes or anything like that. And I said, okay, the clock's ticking. And then I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I went to Nat one day and went, wow, they released the money. So I basically had told our members to cancel their recurring payments and everything, because I didn't know we'd ever have access to that money at all. Some of them didn't, and it's been helpful now because we're able to get some of that money. But again, because of all that and not knowing what will happen in the future, they could just cancel it again. We again are making changes, and we're going to supply information and on a new platform. And it'll be for free. We don't have to be members for the time being, unless I create something I think of as a lot of value, or start doing the weekly updates or special things for paid members, which we could do through YouTube if I wanted to. YouTube has memberships as well. Yeah. But anyway, the income then will come from either donations from you all buying us a coffee, which the link's in the description, or from consultations where I can reach out and help people to make sure that their dreams come true, or allay fears that they might have about coming over, or explain to them things that might apply to them specifically that would keep them from coming and having a good life over here. Because I want everybody to come over and be happy, right?
Yes.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. That's right. And so big changes are coming, because I don't think this is about just retirement anymore. I think there's a lot of reasons to escape your home country and be someplace else. And Thailand's an option. So is Vietnam. I did a short on YouTube about they have now a 90-day visa, and first Thais can go over for 45 days without a visa. And so there are options. But what I want to do is start giving more information to y'all relevant to life over here, things that I agree with, maybe what other people are saying that I agree with and want everybody to see that, or disagree with it. My experience is a little bit different. Not that theirs is wrong, but mine might be a little bit different. My perspective might be different. So we're going to start producing content about the contrast. When I first started doing this, I used to contrast the amount of money things cost, the cost of things. And people said, why do you compare the cost? Because that was one of the reasons. It was called Retire Cheap, right? And so I wanted to say, well, here's what things cost in your foreign countries, and here's what it costs here. Big contrast, because I started out trying to get people more life for less money. Now, more life encompasses a lot of things when you contrast what's happening in the West. So we're going to do something along that lines. I won't let the cat out of the bag yet, but you can expect changes in the channel name and channel art and things like that, but it'll still be us.
Yes.
And I need your help to let us know. I would really like to know what other YouTube channels you all are familiar with, that you know of. And so just put them in the comments and I'll make a list of them. But any YouTube channels that you know of that their focus is about being in Thailand, please put them in the comments so I know who they are. And you'll see why later on. But I just wanted to get you all up to speed that if you do anything with PayPal and it's tied to your PayPal account in another country, leave it there. Don't change that. If it's already in Thailand and it's PayPal Thailand you're dealing with and it's tied to maybe a Thai person here or to you and it's tied to a Thai bank account here and it's tied to a Thai address, be aware that you could just have it shut down completely or frozen and not have access to any of those funds in there. A personal account with PayPal Thailand, you can still buy things and receive money into the account, but you can't take it out to a bank. There's a lot of limitations to it. Really, to me, it's not worth too much if you're trying to do any kind of business with it. I don't think you can even, I think you might be able to give money to somebody overseas, like if you had somebody that was in another country studying or something, you could give them money, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's severely limited. And so I just wanted to warn you all about that. And then you might have to do the National Digital ID. It really doesn't give you access to all the things that you have access to if you're using PayPal Thailand to do any kind of business, small business, online business, content creator business, anything like that. So be aware of that. So we just wanted to get you up to speed with that. You want to add anything before we go?
Remember, always an option.
Yeah, remember, when it comes to receiving money in Thailand or doing business over here, there is always options. They're limited to some degree. Of course, they were limited to us because of our interaction, or it had to integrate with our member site and plugins and all this other stuff, which PayPal did, and not too many other payment processors did. But anyway, that's it. Make sure to comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and in the description you'll see a link if you want to buy us a coffee or you need to consult one-on-one or whatever. And that's it for us. See you soon. Stay tuned for some big changes. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.